So, a round of boxing the game has 5 phases. The first is the planning phase, where you and your opponent will each draw 4 cards from your deck and then select 3 to play face down on your action spaces. In this case, I want to open with a feint. Maybe I want to play a block in the middle. We'll end with this counter jab. Before you discard the last of your 4 cards, your opponent will do the same thing. Let's just say they play their 4 here, 3 here, and then they discard their 4th one here. You then discard your 4th card. Now the action phase. Starting with event number 1, both players simultaneously flip. A feint beats a block, and when you land a feint, you get to choose if you want to flip your stance marker. I am going to flip it into southpaw. Event number 2, boom, block is going to beat a punch. Good work. And it's 0-0 so far. Let's see what happens for the 3rd event this round. Okay, so a punch versus a punch, you're going to look at the speed. Higher speed wins 16-15. But wait, my opponent has 2 exhaustion tokens, which reduce their speed by 2, so 15 beats 14. Hook is worth 2 points. You always multiply a punch landed by the event number. 2 times 3 is 6-0, and we're going to score that round. Oh, and plus, since I landed those points in southpaw, my opponent has to play their first action face up next round. So boxing the game is scored just like real boxing. It's always going to be 10 points to the round winner and 9 points to the round loser. So even though the jab's worth 1 point, event 3 is worth 3, so 1 times 3 would be 6 points. Even though I scored 6 points to 0 points, it's going to be scored 10 points for me and 9 points my opponent, just like real boxing. Now, the upgrade phase. These cards in the middle are prizes. So the winner of the round gets to choose the first prize to add to their deck. Let's say I want this special block here. I'll draft that. My opponent now gets to choose which prize they want to draft. They may draft this one. And the last unselected prize becomes exiled to the exile row. And you then replenish the prizes for the next round. Cleanup phase is when both players are going to discard they have in play, draw their 4 cards for next round. If you run out, you simply shuffle the discard. And that's going to become... And you're going to start planning for the next round. Keep in mind, green prizes actually go onto your character board here. And they stay, and they have constant effects that constantly affect the gameplay. So that's the basic gameplay loop. Boxing the game.